Happy Aloha Friday, everyone. As all eyes are on Kiko, a major hurricane at this point, some good news. Hurricane Kiko is tracking farther north, keeping the center over open waters. And for us, that means lower chances of direct impacts. Still very muggy conditions expected, higher surf, and we're going to be seeing that on north and east facing shores and maybe a few passing showers. But the one interesting thing that we're going to be watching is deep tropical moisture that may interact with an upper level disturbance that will be present as it passes north of us. And that could promote a few pop-up storms and maybe even thunderstorms. But the consensus with these models taking it farther north, we have a few outliers that are taking it a little farther to the south. We could actually see that cone of uncertainty no longer including Hawaii Island, and you can see that it is including the far western end of the state with the southern fringe of this cone of uncertainty. So if it takes a track that's on the southern point of the cone itself, we'll see more impacts. If it's farther to the north, not as many. But right now it is a major category 4 hurricane. You see winds at the center 140. By the time we get into Monday, category 1, so it's downgraded, and then you see 60-mile-per-hour winds on Tuesday. So this is great news for us. You can see how symmetrical the eye is right now, but as it moves into cooler waters, it is going to be falling apart with the intensity, and the wind field shouldn't be a big problem for us. This is a look at the chance of winds at 39 miles per hour and above, and you can see most of that staying well north of the islands. So the wind field is going to be compact to the center of the storm, so we're not seeing a whole lot of chances for this to be a big wind maker for us. We are going to be seeing maybe some pop-up showers. You can actually see it passing north of the islands here. Humidity levels are going to be on the rise, especially Sunday into Monday. You see some of those pop-up showers ahead of it, but nothing too heavy at this point. Then it gets quite interesting Tuesday night. Maybe we'll have some pop-up showers that will be developing over the mountains with that instability I was talking about. But you see the heart of the storm is going to be well north of us. We will be seeing the most major impacts, significant weather associated with the center of the storm to the north. But even though the direct, it's not going to take a direct hit, sometimes you could have those pop-up storms that could bring some heavy periods of rain. So that's something we're watching on the radar. The one saving grace is wind shear, tearing Kiko apart as it moves into our waters. And that's exactly why it's going to be a tropical storm as it passes north of the islands. Wind shear, let's take a deeper look at that. This is what it looks like when you have an organized tropical storm. You could actually see the vertical lift very high, and the hurricane thrives off a low wind shear. But once wind shear is involved, it cuts into the system and becomes a much more shallow system. So the things that we'll have to be watching in days ahead: very muggy weather, some pop-up showers, and big surf, especially Sunday night for big surf, but then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, pop-up showers.
All right, Jen, thank you. New tonight, a bright orange landmark gets a facelift on the Big Island.
A celebration was held today in Hilo for the reopening of the iconic wood bridge pavilion at Liliuokalani Gardens. Crews removed the old bridge last fall after heavy termite damage and put in a new one with termite-resistant Alaskan